Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today's review is going to be about AIRITH Saga Tape 1 and 2 with the supplemental Ashkan. And just like normal, we're going to be reviewing the art itself, the story, and then the actual quality of the physical product itself. So we'll just jump right in, looking at the art, starting off with the covers. So you see we have three different books right here. This is the cover to Tape 1. It's done by Nicholas Colasetti, I think that is. Yeah, Nicholas Colasetti. So he's the artist of Tape 1 and Tape 2. This cover is decent. You got the main character right here, another main character right here. The only downside of this, I came across after I read the entire book, is that this character right here that takes up pretty much half of the book, the half of the cover, is not inside Tape 1. And so that's the only negative thing I would say about the cover. Everything else is all right. Tape 2, I like the cover much better compared to Tape 1. You have the main characters right here, AIRITH, Rafa, and I forget her name, but she plays a role too. And then you got some of the bad guys out right here. I love the color palette choice, the purples, the blacks, and all that. Good choice. Solid cover for Tape 2. And for the Ashkan, this cover is all right as well. I like this art style much better compared to the other two. I think it was it's a Skivo that did the art to this one, at least the pencils. And yeah, this art style, it really reminds me of the 90s, because you have the great definition of the characters, and then also you have like the outrageous uniforms or costumes as well. Like you got the big shoulder pads and all that as well. So yeah, out of the three covers, I like this one the best. Solid job all around though. And then now looking into the interiors, the interiors are pretty good as well. You have the same color palette choice, the purples, the blacks, the pinks and all that. Yeah, and it's a very solid art style. And then the panel layouts, I'm a fan of the panel layouts. They flow very nicely. You have them overlaid on top of each other, and then some cases you have the characters breaking out of the borders of the panels. And so, yeah, good job in it, and it flows well with the action as well. And here you see you got a nice splash page right now, right here. Sorry. And it's a cool transformation sequence of one of the main characters, Rafa, where he goes into his like super mode, and you see the transformation going on right here, and then the uses of the purples and blacks. I just love that. Purple's my favorite color, and I love the usage of it in this book. And then you got here Rafa in his super powered form. Yeah, good, just great art style. The art style in book 2 is pretty much identical. It's the same artists, and you got the same panel layouts and all that, same characters as well. So it's very, very, very good. And what I like about this art is the action sequences. They flow very well with each other, especially with the panels. Although like there's an abundance of panels on these 2 pages, you could see the flow of the action. And it's all like, not one panel is identical to the other, and they flow and they're easy to interpret. Yeah, I just love that stuff. And it's easy to read. And yeah, just great job. And yeah, and so before we get into the story, want to get into the Ashkan of this one too. The art style, like personally, I like the art style on this much better. Although, like in the first two books, it's still done very well. It's no knock against Nicholas Coletti. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but I just like this style better. The characters seem a little bit more defined, and the costumes are just very 90s like. He's got this little makeshift lifesaver too. You got the metal armors, and then like the exaggerated physiques, and then the shoulder pads and all that stuff. And it's just cool designs, great art style. I'm a fan of it. Yeah, and good job, Esquivo. Very good job, Esquivo, on this. Hopefully, Esquivo will be doing tape 3. That's my hope. But we're gonna move on to the story. So the story of AIRITH Saga, I was actually surprised with. I wasn't expecting too much out of the story at first, but it actually grabbed me, and it grabbed me more so in book 2. But first off, we'll go back into book 1, start looking at the interiors and stuff. Out of these 2 books, I actually like tape 1 the best. And the reason I like tape 1 is because the dialogue flow was much better. There was not an abundance of dialogue, but the dialogue that was there, it emphasized the personalities of the characters, and then the relationship between them as well. And so you have Rafa right here, AIRITH right here, and I do not remember this girl's name, but these 2 characters, they're basically linked. Like, I think this fish speaks on behalf of this character right here. I think that's how that relationship is. But regardless, the banter that goes back and forth between all these characters in this book flows very well. And you see like Rafa and AIRITH have this little like playful dynamic with each other. Rafa is like very boisterous. He's a show off, and AIRITH is kind of irritated with that a little bit, and she talks crap with him. They have this real cool just back and forth banter between each other. And yeah, and so this comic captures that well, and it depicts it very well, and it flows, like, it just flows perfect. And then it flows into the action as well. And I'm going to talk about this fight sequence too. This fight sequence was actually my favorite part out of all 3 of these books. You have Rafa, they're being chased by these people. You don't really know much about them in this particular part, but they're being chased, and Rafa, as you know, like the car's turning, he flies out the car door to go and confront these guys. And as he's doing his transformation, going into his max turbo mode, you see the transformation going on right here in the bottom corner. You see like the little word balloon says Ballroom Blitz starts to play. And so what I like to do when comics throw something like that at me, I pull up the music on my phone and play it while I'm reading the rest of the sequence, the action sequence. And so that's exactly what I did right here. I started playing Ballroom Blitz, and it just fit perfectly, man. And it gets you more in tune with the scene, and you actually like feel you feel the impact of the scene much more. Now, I just enjoy reading comics like that when they throw something in like that too. So if you get the chance and you get this, and once you read this part, I suggest start playing Ballroom Blitz once you get to this fight sequence, and just enjoy it as it folds out. But you have Rafa singing some of the lyrics right here, and then he goes and fights the bad guys. I'm not going to show the whole fight sequence. It goes on for a few more pages. But man, this was my favorite part of the book. So good job, Brian. Good job, Nicholas Colasetti. This was just a cool action page, man. Action sequence. I like to see more stuff like that. And then, like the book goes on, and the way that it ends, it leaves you on a little cliffhanger. obviously because it's leading into book 2. And yeah, and so like this was my favorite one out of all the 3, and I'm going to explain why once we start opening up book 2. Now, book 2 was fun, was a fun read as well. It picks up where this book left off, and it fills in a lot of the questions. It informs us on who those people were. It actually fills in why AIRITH and Rafa have all these robotic components to themselves. It fills in the lore of the world, and it gives a lot of backstory onto the warring factions and the whole underlining conflict. And so like the book is good as far as answering questions, but the big setback on this one is the dialogue. Because unlike tape 1, tape 2 just has a bunch of dialogue, man. And the dialogue just kind of carries on, and it lingers. And so like the banter between these two, they go back and forth with each other. They insult each other. And then like it's a funny relationship, but some of the lines that are used, it just drags on. And it's something that I felt could have been, so like some of the things that they say I felt could have been shortened. And because like you get the point in like the first couple, like in the first sentence, and then it just drags on for like another 1 or 2 sentences, and then it goes on and bleeds into other word bubbles, and it just disrupts the flow while reading, because you're like, man, all right, I get it. I get it. You're trying to be funny. Yeah, she's a woman. Yeah, you're a big dumb guy. I get it. Yeah. Oh, sexism, cool. Or, well, not sexism, but like, I'm not trying to, you're a woman, but not that kind of woman. It's like, okay, cool. I got the joke in the first part. Let's let once the punchline is dropped, that's when you leave the joke. You don't have to carry it on after that. And, yeah. And so that's the issue with this book. And then you can just see the freaking, damn, man, just freaking word bubbles just bleeding all over the place, taking up all this damn space. But regardless of that, it's still a very strong story. I love the relationship between these two, because it's they got each other's back, but it's kind of like a you can't mess with them, only they can mess with each other type of relationship. And it's, like it's a fun thing. It's a fun dynamic. And the action in this book as well, like it's on par with the action in the first one. It's very violent, very gory. You see them just tearing people in half, ripping off their skin and ripping off legs and limbs and stuff. Very, very, very cool stuff. I like that type of action. This is one of the backstories, or they're filling in plot with that. But yeah. So this book, I didn't like it as much as the first one, like I said, because of the dialogue flow. But besides that, it's still a very enjoyable read. There's a lot of fun action sequences, and it fills in a lot of the gaps in the story that are left in with tape 1. And yeah, so I suggest to go ahead and get it. Oh, I'm glad we got to this page. And this is one of the issues. This is the issue why I had a problem with the cover right here. You see this person on the cover? She is not in this book at all. And you don't see who this person is until towards the end of the story in tape 2. And this is her right here, this character. And so, yeah. But that's a minor nitpick. The covers are strong. The story is strong. The dialogue in tape 2 I felt was too long. Could have been shortened up a little bit. But overall, good stuff. Good stuff. Now we're gonna go over to the Ashkan. The art in the Ashcan I like much better, like I said before, but it suffers the same problem as tape 2. The dialogue just lingers. You have the main bad guy, who's this dude right here. He's the Emperor. And his dialogue, holy crap, man. Like, he is the big bad guy in this, at least in the Ashcan. And he's an unlikable character, but as his dialogue just increases as you read the book, he becomes not someone that you don't like, but he slowly becomes someone that's just annoying. And he's annoying because he's just talking way too damn much. It's like, okay, dude, I get it. I get the point that you're making. He's an evil tyrant. He doesn't like the people being impure in his empire, and that could be done. That message could be conveyed with much fewer words. And while this guy's going off on his rants, he just becomes annoying. And that was the big drawback on this, because he does some evil and wicked stuff in this, which makes him a very good villain to hate. But damn, the dialogue, man, shorten it up a bit. Stop talking as much, because when he's talking too much, it takes away from his mystique, the terror that should be surrounded around this guy. And he becomes a character that's more akin to like an annoying little brother or something like that. But besides that criticism, the story and the plot of this Ashcan is actually very good. It gives you insight on the hierarchical structure in the AIRITH Saga universe, and it introduces us to other characters that I believe are going to be involved in the next volume, in the next tape of AIRITH Saga. And so, so it's good. Despite my criticism, I did like this story. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the artwork. I enjoyed the panels. I enjoyed the action sequences. I just did not enjoy the excessive dialogue. But overall, strong stuff. I am looking forward to the next iteration. This is a strong quality product as well. The actual physical quality of these books is actually top notch. With this floppy, with tape 1 floppy, I would compare it to a Boom Studio floppy. It's made out of thick cardstock. The cover is, and so like you can kind of hear like it's a thicker paper. The interior paper as well, like it has a glossy finish, which I think goes well with this type of art. This art style. Goodness. And the paper is actually, it's quality paper as well. It's not as thick as the cover, which is good. It flips easy, and it does not bend easy. Like when I mean bend, like it doesn't fold easy. So good quality stuff on the Ashcan. Not the Ashcan, tape 1 floppy. The Ashcan is made out of the same material as the floppy. It's the same exact quality. Good stuff. This one is a little bit more, I think, matte finish, it seems like, but it's high quality stuff. Similar cardstock. The interior pages are the same glossy pages as tape 1. So these two, good quality. And then tape 2, I would say, is the best quality out of it all. It has a similar cardstock paper for the cover. This one is perfect bound, as you can see right there, perfect bound, and the pages same glossy pages as the other 2 books. So high quality stuff. And the cover is it has the embossed title as well, which is good right here. AIRITH, the Kentilin War. The Kentilin War. All this part is embossed. So overall, good stuff. I do recommend this. This was a fun read. The art is good. The action sequences were phenomenal, especially in tape 1. I would like to see more of that in there. Just work on the dialogue a little bit, sharpen it up. But overall, this is solid, and I'm looking forward to tape 3. I'm invested in the story. Good job, Brian. Good job, Air Saga team. Good job, Esquivo, all you guys. I'm going to leave the link to his online store in the description. The campaign of this book has closed, but the good thing is Air Saga has his own website, and you could go ahead and buy all this stuff on his website. And then he has other merch there too, like shirts and other stuff as well. And so all of that will be left in the description. But yeah, this video is a little bit longer than I wanted to make. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the review, enjoyed the the stuff that we talked about. And I hope you go ahead and check out this book. So until next time, I'll see you again. Thank you for stopping by. Peace.